Good afternoon. This is Randy Smotone with InvestSharp with your Tuesday, October the 27th market update. Oil was up today and closed back above the $79 level. Gold and silver continued their pullback today, with silver being the weakest of the two. For those of you that don't trade futures, you can watch the ETF's gold symbol is GLD and the silver symbol is SLV for dip buying opportunities. So let's go over and take a look at the charts for the gold and silver. We're going to look at the GLD, the ETF, on the 60-minute chart. And you see here that looks like the relative strength is starting to turn up a little bit, but it's kind of too early to tell. Ideally, on GLD, it's got some really strong support course back at the $100 levels. Ideally, I would be like to enter it back in this area, but maybe it pulls back that far, maybe it doesn't. So I would guess if it takes out this prior low here around the 101, if it takes that out, it'll probably pick it up at 100. But the dip buyers may not let it go down that far, so make it be as far back as it goes. Let's take a look at SLV on the 60-minute, the silver ETF. Now on the SLV, like to pick it up back here around the 1575 or lower. And again, it looks like here on the relative strength index, it might be starting to turn up, but I don't know. There's pretty big angle and separation on this MACD up here. That angle and separation makes me think we have lower to go on silver for sure. So again, we'll have to wait and see. If you could pick up the SLV closer around this 1575 area, that would probably be a better entry. And don't buy all at one time. You might want to just pick up a quarter of your position or a third of your position. All right, let's over to the dollar here. The dollar continued to climb a little higher today, not by a lot. So let's see. Let's look at it on the 1-year chart. I'll take it back. Let's look at it on the 6-month chart so you can see it better. So as you can see, the UUP, here's from yesterday. Way up, went up a little bit more today by 0.26%. Not much, but as long as the dollar continues to climb, at least for now, the stock market will probably continue to be weak, which is kind of the way it's been working for quite some time. So the Dow closed positive today. It was up by 14 points to close at 9,882. The S&P and the NASDAQ both traded pretty heavy throughout the afternoon and closed near their lows of the day. This being said, I don't think the pullback in stocks is over quite yet. The dip buyers really haven't, shown up at all, and the Dow makes me think they're kind of being a little more defensive, maybe, going after some blue chips. This Dow candle here, it looks like Dow is trying to stop its fall here. But I can't really tell on the MACD. We haven't taken out this previous MACD low here, over here, but that'll remain to be seen. Again, the NASDAQ and S&P traded pretty heavy, finished near the lows. Typically is not good for the next day. Let's look at the S&P on the 60-minute. Okay, so we still have this gap here around October the 7th time frame. We haven't filled that on the S&P yet. Again, this is the 60-minute chart. We filled this one up here. The MACD continues to go down here, and we haven't turned over. Once this MACD crosses this kind of purple downtrend line, then that should be a pretty good confirmation that we're at least going to go back up at least for a little bit, for at least a bounce. So we'll have to keep an eye on that downtrend line there. So let's go over to the VIX. So the volatility index, or what some people call the measure of fear, continues to climb. We were up again today by another 2%. And slow down. I mean, possibly, I guess we could go clear back up here in this 29.50-30 range, but I think the market would have to get kind of ugly for us to go there. So hopefully we don't. So hopefully the VIX should start rolling back over here the next day or two whenever the market has some dip buyers coming back in. Let's go over and take a look at our current market signals over on the InvestSharp website. So we follow the point and figure charts for the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P. I mentioned yesterday in my market analysis video that the NASDAQ printed, if the NASDAQ printed 2,130, it would go on a point and figure sell signal, and it did exactly that today. So the new point and figure price objective for the NASDAQ is 2,040. So now the Dow and the NASDAQ are both on sell signals, and the S&P remains on a buy signal. So that's really it for today. Thanks for joining me, and remember to always invest sharp.